Reg? What do you think? Legit?
Legit, just
Not on the juice?
no,
No?
no. I don't think so. He's chasing those sliders outside right now, and
Yeah, he's in a little
got
bit
to
of a
get
slump. Yeah, well, I
get
think
a
the
little
whole team is
discipline.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sanchez is playing well.
Yeah, but his defense is not good.
Castro and Holiday out hurts.
Yeah, but they're going on a rehab assignment this week.
Yeah.
So they should be back next week.
Yeah,
So which is a good thing.
yeah. They could
Yeah.
go down September and do well.
You know, I tell you, with Jeter being one of the owners of the Marlins, I think he's going to help the Yankees in a big, massive trade.
Why would he do that?
I think their best hitter there, Stanton.
Stanton.
Yeah,
Giancarlo.
I think he's coming to New York.
Do you really?
I think Jeter's going to give him to New York.
Why would he give
with
him
about
to
3 or
him?
4 players? You're going to see that deal within the next month.
Why would he give him to him? You mean Jeter knows the organization well enough that he knows good prospects he can get for them, or is he just because he's a Yankee and bleeding Yankee,
Well, you know-
purple, whatever the hell you
Well,
call it?
you know, it doesn't matter, where Jeter is. Well, obviously.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
he
some
owns another
but you know
team,
what,
he's
but
gonna do
right
anything
here,
for the
You know,
Yankees.
his heart is still a Yankee.
Oh, it is.
I'm walking out of
I'm telling you, his heart is always still a Yankee. I don't care what anybody tells me.
It is, and he,
Oh, geez,
he'll,
now you too.
he'll get into the Marlins.
Oh yeah, and I really think that deal is going to be in the making.
Yeah,
Right before the end of September, I think.
yeah.
And-
It could very well be.
Yeah, I mean, he give up. Was it that center fielder there that just came off the DL?
Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks, and there was like 2 or 3 other players that they were mentioning today in the paper. Said it could happen. Don't underestimate, the Yankees and the Marlins wheeling and dealing.
They're already talking
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
And the deal hasn't even been
Yeah,
finalized
that's
as
right.
far as
Yeah,
ownership.
Yeah, yeah,
Boy, they're jumping the gun.
yeah.
Welcome to the Mr. Baseball Show. I am John Weeks, also known as Mr. Baseball, along with my cohort here, John Hopwood, and we have a guest on the phone already. We're going to throw some baseballs at you.
What name should you go by today? Are you New York?
My real name,
Mark Stern?
yes.
You don't want any of the names like that Tom gave you or anything like that? We went to Boston University together.
Oh, did you?
Although he wasn't there when I was the president of the student government and John Silber tried to throw me out. Were you there for the strike, Mark, when all the professors went on strike, Howard Zinn and them?
That might have been after I left.
Yeah, but there was you were in New York for the 1981 baseball strike.
You know, I knew some people who said they were giving up on baseball, but they gradually came back.
The 81 strike and then the 94-5 strike, which was
94.
even worse.
94, no World Series.
Mark is both a Yankees
That's right.
and a Mets fan. Do you still have season tickets to the Mets?
No, I never really had, I don't think you would call them season tickets for the Yankees, although...
No, for the
some
Mets.
people do, but it's just it's a Sunday plan I have for the Yankees. For the Mets, I let my friend Steve take over that because he's more of a Mets fan.
He's the policeman? Or was?
His brother is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's one of those, they used to have the Broadway cops. They all had to be like 6'4".
Yeah.
No, they can be 5'4" like me, you know. And if you've ever been in the Army, it's the little guys are the most dangerous. Not me, but...
Speaking of the Yankees,
Speaking of Bandidos Yankees,
half a game in front.
let's not talk about that,
Why not?
because it's
Well,
not
I
right.
think it's kind of weird that they went into first place because the Red Sox lost. There was nothing they did.
Well, that happens all the
I'll
time.
take it anytime, though.
That's true, but half a game is sort of meaningless because eventually you have to equate.
Well, it's in the loss column. That's very important.
Well, if you were a Red Sox fan, Mark, and there was a lockout in 1972, and the Red Sox lost the pennant by half a game. Because they
Wow.
didn't have an even schedule. Because old Joe Cronin, who was the American League president, and Bowie Kuhn, who should have his plaque chiseled off the Hall of Fame, allowed that to happen. Half a game. So it could happen.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen.
Well, usually if it's like that, they'll force an extra game.
Well, nowadays, in the old days, people were rather crude. Oh my, we're rearranging microphones here. We better keep the camera is on me. Oh, look at it. See, I have kinetic powers. I learned them when I was on the Norm show. Ooh, see?
Oh, come on, show your pretty self on TV.
I am!
I'm talking to her. I'm talking to the Kristen, not you.
Have you ever influenced baseball with those powers?
Yes, I did. I used to go see the Nationals, and there were, 11 straight games I went. This is when they were losing 110 games a year. They won every time, because my friend has season tickets. And my record now is, we've gone 13 times, they've lost once.
Once?
Yeah, and I always say, when they're at class, why don't you guys bring me Don? I mean, you know, they're rich lawyers. Bring me Don. I'll get you into the... But no, they won't bring me Don during the playoffs. And look what happens to the Nats. So yes, I do have certain powers. Not with the Red Sox, though. Because we have Babe Ruth in back of us, Mark. Babe, it seems like he's in Maryland.
I was considering going down to see the Yankees play the Nationals.
When?
But I can't because I have to pick up my daughter in Binghamton tomorrow.
So
Tonight.
you're just going to go get in the car and drive from New York City down to
Bing-
Washington, D.C.? Like that?
It's a
I was thinking of it, but it's not possible because I have to be in Binghamton tomorrow.
It's a 9 to 10 hour drive, Mark. I used to do that all the time. Or was I going up to Connecticut?
yeah. It's a quick 2-game
Oh
series.
no, it's 6 hours. Because I used to go from there to here.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours.
Well,
9 to 10.
we once went down to see the Mets, and we drove back the same day, and then we vowed we would never do that again.
Yeah, that was just New
It's
York.
further than Baltimore, so there's a lot of traffic.
Oh yeah, but it's a beautiful stadium. The Nationals have a great stadium for $600,000. 600,000. That's in those days. It cost. Wow, it cost 600,000.
Better than old Griffith Stadium.
For $600 million, the Nats have a better stadium than the $1.2 billion concrete shopping mall that is Yankee 3. That's an awful stadium. The Mets stadium's better. But the
Yeah, I
agree.
Yankees. See how I'm avoiding talking about the Yankees being in first place?
Yeah, you remember last week we all predict. I said the Yanks will take at least 2, maybe 3, but 2 we will take, which they did.
Well, I have a thing for a swimming pool, and they got the TV in there, so I don't have any cable. But now my toenails are softening up to a degree, you know, because I'm in there for hours floating around. Got a pool noodle, and I'm watching the games.
Mark, is it?
It's Mark Stern.
You watching the game in the pool?
Yeah, maybe I should get out for like half of the game.
By the way, Mark,
I think so.
I'm a diehard Yankee fan.
Yeah, he's insane about it. He hates Casey Stengel,
Oh,
the
okay.
greatest
Now,
manager.
how did that happen? Do you live up in New Hampshire?
I do. My brother pushed me into it, but I've been a diehard Yankee fan since 1949
Yeah,
Wow.
when they beat the
Dynasty.
Dodgers in the World Series. And I'll never forget the first game when Tommy Henrik led off the bottom of the 9th with a home run to win the game 1-0 off Don Newcomb, who never did beat the Yankees in a World Series. But great memories.
Well, that beats me. I probably became a Yankees fan in the 60s.
Yeah, no,
I was born in 61. My maternal grandfather was a Yankee fan, and he used to go to see games in the 20s.
well, the first 5 years of my fandom, 49 they beat the Dodgers, 50 they beat the Phillies, 51 they beat the Giants.
I knew we'd get to the 51 World
and
Series.
52
every
and 53
show.
they beat the Dodgers again.
Every show.
But
Yes,
So-
he believes that Jackie Jensen was a greater player than Joe DiMaggio. And
Get outta
And he
here.
still is when the Yankees let him go.
oh, good gravy.
The great Jackie Jensen.
He had a good year. I think he won an MVP
He
award.
did win an MVP for the Red Sox in 1958.
Yeah, well,
He was afraid to fly. Why did the Yankees get rid of him? Did they send him to Kansas City first?
Well, they got Irv Noren, and the Mick was taking over. They really didn't need him, and so
No. That's why they
they
had.
were building their team, and they didn't need him.
That's why they had Johnny Mize, a guy that hit 51 and 47 home runs, and that meant something on the 49 to 53 Yankees, just sitting on a bench, ready to come out and hit a home run.
Yeah,
Who could play any other team and hit 30 good dingers,
Yeah.
and the Yankees had him sitting on the bench.
yeah. Well, they did get him at the tail end of his career, but
Yeah, but he's still.
he could cloud it. Oh, he
They
could.
had him there for a reason. They wanted Ted Williams to sign him in '61 as a pinch hitter to be the similar thing.
Right.
Because Ted could have still played. What did he hit? 328 with 29 dingers his last season.
Ted could hit tomorrow if he were alive.
Yeah, really. They wanted the $100,000 a year,
Yeah,
and the Red Sox would get compensation because they still had the players, farm team, and all that. And he would have been their pinch hitter, and he finally would have won a World Series. But he had a $100,000 a year contract with Sears for the sporting goods. And
Right.
He wanted to retire.
right.
But and he was a Red Sox. It would have been right.
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
he
Yankees.
would have. Yeah,
Was the big cat Johnny Mize on the Giants?
Giants and Cardinals.
Which one was he on first? Who did he go up with?
Cardinals, and then the Giants, then the
So Branch Rickey he's one of Branch Rickey's farm hands.
yeah.
That was the greatest farm system in history.
I believe he is the only player to hit 3 home runs in a game 4 times. If I'm not
Johnny Mize?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Maybe I got it wrong, but
Hey, Mark, who was your favorite player growing up? Marvelous Marv Throneberry?
yeah.
Well, my favorite Yankee of all time was Lou Gehrig.
Oh, yeah, well,
But of
you're
course,
from
he
he's from
played
the Bronx.
Before I was born.
From the Bronx.
After that, I think Don Mattingly was my favorite.
Oh, great. Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should.
After he retired or left playing anyway, Bernie Williams was another favorite of mine.
Oh, he's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Class act.
Mantle was my favorite by far.
Well, everybody. I
And
grew up
I loved
loving
Yogi.
Mickey Mantle.
I loved Yogi. So there's some great ones over the years.
Mickey was the most popular player in the 60s when I was a kid.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
When he retired.
I have a hard time saying who is my favorite right now. I think maybe Didi Gregorius.
yeah, he's a very good ball player. He's in a bit of a slump right now, but he'll come out of it. He'll have some big hits. Great shortstop. Good fielder.
Judge is great too, but I think Didi is maybe a better fielder.
Oh, yeah. I guess I kind of get caught up in the Judge thing myself. I kind of like to watch him bat, see what he does
Oh yeah.
every time he comes up.
Oh, yeah. You just, that's when you just focus on the tube.
Yeah, I'll be at home.
More than Mr. 59 Dingers.
Yeah.
Judge, you really
Yeah,
watching him.
I like to see Stanton hit, but Judge fascinates me a lot more. And what a fan base he has out there.
He fascinates us all.
Yeah. Here comes the Judge. At any rate, Mark, what? Tell me what you think of the baseball season so far. Any predictions? Any trends?
Well, it's been very exciting. I was a little disheartened by how well the Red Sox were doing, and then we started having a big winning streak. And then it came down to the series in Boston, and I was up there for one of the games they lost, unfortunately.
Or
And I
fortunately
go up
for
there.
us,
I try to go up there every year because I love Fenway Park.
we saw many games at Fenway. You used to come out to the park, didn't you? Didn't you go to the bleachers with us? Remember
I used to
Stu and
sit in
everybody?
bleachers all the time, and then
Yeah.
I started to get grandstand tickets. But nowadays, the Red Sox, in order to get Yankee tickets, you have to buy a package.
Yeah.
And I like
Yeah,
at least three or four games.
Yeah, they stick it
And
to
I
you.
always have the dilemma of having to sell the other games, which I'm not always able to do.
Hey, I just want to say, Jackie Jensen was traded to the Washington Senators on May 3, 1952, along with Spec Shea. I remember him. He was a pitcher in a few World Series. Jerry Snyder and Archie Wilson, who I've never heard for the breathless Tom Upton and Irv Noren.
Yep, that's what I said, Irv Noren, yeah.
Well, Irv Noren wasn't much.
He was all right.
Would you trade all that? That was not one of their better trades.
I actually met him. He had when he retired, he had a sporting goods store in Pasadena, California. So, of course...
Have you guys heard that Harvey was picked up by Cincinnati?
Who, Harvey Weinstein?
No, Harvey, the pitcher.
Is it Matt Harvey?
Matt Harvey, from the Mets, yeah. They released him, and you're right, Cincinnati picked him up. And he's already started a game. He didn't do well, but...
Well, the Mets were floundering when we were on our last show.
Big time.
Are they still floundering?
Yeah, they're all right.
They were doing well early on, and then
Yeah.
kind of tanked. Well, that's a word that they said Major League Baseball doesn't like you to use.
Why?
I don't know. They think tanked has a
Tank Mac?
negative connotation.
In what way? Oh, gambling.
I don't know.
When you tank
they
a
were
fight?
talking about it on the game, and they said that's not something they're fond of.
So that's not politically correct to use the word tank. Are there tankish Americans?
I've never heard that.
He was a tank
Oh, he was a tank, all right.
in all senses throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
Geez, what firepower!
Look how big he is right there.
Oh, when when he's on the Red Sox and then the early years in the Yankees, the physique was incredible.
Yeah.
And underneath the fat in the old days, he still had it all.
Yeah. A few hot dogs, few beers, put on a little
Phew.
bit. Yeah.
What do you guys think of the Angel who can pitch and hit?
Oh, we were talking about him.
He
Second coming of Babe Ruth.
he's impressive. He can hit. And I
I'm
think
going to go see an Angels game when they play the Yankees on the 27th, and I'm hoping that he's in the game in some way.
uh-huh.
When are you going to come up here and see our Toronto franchise, the Fisher Cats? We have the best stadium in the Eastern League. Everybody says that. Beautiful
I
stadium.
can't say for sure, but I'll try to do that this summer.
Got Vlad Guerrero Jr. on the team,
For now.
Biggio's son, and got some good
I have some
prospects.
Red Sox tickets to offer you, John, but I don't know if I should talk about that on the air.
Yeah, because I never can make it.
No, these two are for you. I don't want to go to this game, this particular game.
What game is it?
It's the Tigers game, and it's Benintendi bobblehead day.
Oh,
The who bottlehead?
Benintendi.
Benintendi.
I'll send you the bottle,
Bobblehead.
We don't use bobblehead on this show, Mark. It is
You
offensive
don't
to
use
our
that
local
word?
politicians. We can't. Our local politicians are known as the bobbleheads, and we've been served with a writ that is offensive to them and causes them great consternation.
Doesn't
Oh,
it
that was my
depend on the
show.
context?
No, that was my show, the baseball show. Oh, we're the Mr. Baseball show. Remember, I had the baseball show.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Because if you notice, the intro was actually, that says the baseball show,
Yes.
not the Mr. Baseball show.
It's the-
although I used the wrong thing.
It's the Mr. Baseball show.
Yeah, because I walked off my own show, I guess. When you two were talking about, number 2 is going to send Giancarlo Stanton up to the Yankees. What BS? And then I'm yelling at you. It's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Plus 30 million. Joel didn't get that part. The Honorable Joel Elber. One of a kind.
Stanton had a good game.
What do you think of the conspiracy theory that Jeter is trying to help the Yankees?
We've already gone over that.
I don't believe a word of it.
I believe it all. Plus.
Well,
But we're not going to talk. We've already talked that one out.
Oh, that's
Not
all
with
right.
Mark.
Not with Mark. So I want to explain something to Mark. That Jeter tried to send Stanton to the Giants, and Stanton turned it down. And then they tried to send him to the Cardinals, and he turned it down. Then they traded him to the Yankees, and Stanton agreed to it.
Yeah, and our mayor never heard about that incident either.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
Stanton was in control. He was do not trade
Well,
list.
who? I mean, what player would not want to be a Yankee?
Right, right.
I can think of a bunch of them, and I don't know if he's up for New York. He's doing all right.
We got rid of a lot of salary.
Reggie Jackson could play in New York.
Yeah.
And he was a New York player, just like this guy. What they always say about Babe Ruth, if he stayed in the Red Sox, he wouldn't have been the legend, because he was made for 1920s and 30s New York.
Oh, yeah.
The roaring 20s. The greatest city in the world, and it's becoming that.
The house
And
that
there he
Ruth
is.
built.
The house that Ruth built. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
was the house that Ruth built, or was it the house that was built for Ruth?
Both.
Yeah, they
Both.
Put it either way. You're correct.
Well, he hit very well in the Giants stadium.
Oh yeah, the Polo Grounds. He hated to leave the Polo Grounds.
Yeah, he played because what was it? How many feet was it
256 down the line.
down the right field line?
Yeah,
Boom. Just
yeah, it was a fly,
Pull it right
just
down.
a fly ball.
Of course, Casey Stengel said he never saw anybody that could hit the ball further. I guess Casey
No,
was
I
in a
understand
World
that
Series
the
and one went
reason
over the
why
head,
they
500
decided
something.
to make him a hitter was because as a pitcher he'd only play every 5 days. But why didn't they keep pitching him anyway?
We
every
talked
5
about
days?
that. They didn't need him in the Yankees as a pitcher.
They had him full time in the outfield.
It was Mark.
He was an excellent pitcher also, right?
Oh, he was.
Oh,
He would have been in the Hall of Fame. He won 93 games.
Yeah,
He had the ERA title, 120 twice. For years, he was
So,
the top
I mean,
winner,
why not
left-handed.
keep using him? Even if they had great pitchers besides him, why not keep using him also?
Mark, they always said that Miller Huggins, his first manager with the Yankees, was put in his grave because handling Babe Ruth was a near impossible task.
right.
I mean, they had to suspend him one year.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he wouldn't do what Miller was telling him.
They suspended him for the rest of the year, but it lasted 10 games.
Yeah, but he was out there. He did eat all the hot dogs before a game. He did drink the beer.
Oh, yeah.
He did go into a cat house before.
Oh, absolutely,
Have
absolutely,
Herculean efforts. It all is true. And when
absolutely.
he'd come and hit them,
Then he'd come and hit a couple of bombs.
Babe thought of
I guess
himself.
that's all part of his fame.
Yes.
Well, what Babe said when somebody asked him, he made 80 grand in 1927 or 8, and he said, you make more than the President of the United States. Oh, it was in 1929 or 30. He
Yeah.
said, I had a better year than the President.
Hoover.
Hoover after the Depression.
Yeah.
He's the most famous sports star in the history of America. Nobody comes close. I guess Ali might. And Pele is in the world. Because Pele's known all over the world to this day.
Yeah.
When I met Pete Rose with my girlfriend who's Russian, she didn't know baseball. She just was here. I said, he's the Pele of baseball. Of course, I was overstating it, but he was the great. We're talking about Pete Rose.
Right.
Pele was really this guy,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth. And she knew instantly what I meant, that he was the best.
Yeah.
And, Pete that was like 12 years ago. He still looked like he could go out and hit.
Oh,
Dour
Have you
face.
seen his wife?
Well, we were there at a steakhouse, and he was very dour. You know, he had that dour look. Then suddenly a showgirl shows up. Well, I think he's a hooker, too. And suddenly, there's Pete Rose like you've never seen him. Dazzling. He signed an autograph for my mother. My mother had Alzheimer's, but I didn't know it. She always thought that he was on the 75 Red Sox in the World Series.
oh, really?
And I used to correct her, but then it's just, she was outraged when they went after him. She thought he was on the Red Sox. Her other favorite was Denny Doyle. Little Denny. My mother liked to
Well,
watch
it was
baseball.
actually, what was it, the Reds? Or what team was he on?
Who?
Pete Rose?
He was on Cincinnati Reds at that time.
Mark, have you been hitting the
Yeah,
ball?
the Reds. So maybe that's how she confused it, Reds
Right.
and Red Sox.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think you've been hitting the bong, baby.
Then he went to the Phillies, and he won a World Series there.
He brought them in. After
Yeah.
3 times, they couldn't win the pennant.
Yeah,
With Schmidt, what a great team that was.
very good
They
team.
won 76, 77, 78, but they got whipped by the Reds in 76. Then the Dodgers 77, 78. They were out of it in 79. He was with the Reds, and they won their last. They won the half pennant that year. Tony Perez was gone.
Yeah,
They didn't have the pitching they had,
No.
because
team.
Seaver had arrived.
Well, John, let me know if you can find someone that would like to go with you on June 6th, and I'll mail you the tickets.
Mail them to me. I'll go. There's a beautiful waitress at a restaurant I can't tell you about. She doesn't know that I'm a broken down veteran on a very small pension. I was wearing a suit.
You're
there
gonna
for the
invite
old
her?
days. What?
Good luck. Good luck. I hope she goes.
Me too, but she's gonna have to drive. I need some work on my tie rods.
Tie rods.
Not only my car, myself too.
Your car is still laid up?
Fuck, I have no money.
That's
I'm
the
waiting for the
problem.
Veterans Benefit Administration. It's like waiting for God, sending prayers to God. God will answer your prayers quicker than the VBA. Hey, Mark, it was nice talking to you. We'll have you on again. We only got 2 minutes. We got to wrap up.
Okay, take
We're
care.
going to talk about food, and, we'll never get you off.
I don't
Mr.
know.
Baseball?
What did she say? What did Kristen
You
say?
only have about 15 seconds if you want to play the full ending.
Oh, 50
Oh,
cents.
well, we really don't need to play that. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
Teddy Roosevelt losing the race down at Nat Stadium. Mr. Baseball, I'm finally going to have my hamburger where?
At the North End Bistro.
Where you are a bartender.
Yeah,
Well-
we had a wonderful, huge Mother's Day brunch.
Is that where my friends Gary and Heidi Haber
Yes, yes.
were? They said that you talked well about me,
Well, so I lie a little bit.
which is, he's not a politician, folks. So he could talk well about me. He said you complimented my knowledge of baseball trivia.
I absolutely did. Yeah, you're well versed.
Yeah, is there a happy hour there?
Well, every hour's happy hour there.
Well, I'm on a low budget.
Yeah, well, you come in, I'll take care of your happy hour.
You only are saying that because I can only drink Diet Coke now, and even that I'm not allowed.
Well,
Yeah, I had a beer, the waitress.
Cindy, pour me a beer. I'm heading over to Billy's Sports Bar.
Candy, pour me a beer. I'm not telling anybody where I'm heading to. I don't.
Even the ball girl can't revive Teddy.